Hey everybody, welcome to Aniki, the podcast about anime with two brothers. I'm Ben.
And you caught me off guard.
Haha! What were you going to be? A giant
I
hat?
had no idea. Why did I be a giant hat?
So you could be on a witch.
I mean, say. Call me a giant hat anytime you want.
So what have you been up to since last we spoke?
Evidently not being a giant hat, which is a mistake on my part. Conventions.
How many conventions you been to now?
That too.
Gen Con and what?
ECCC.
ECCC.
Yeah.
I don't know. East Coast
Emerald
something or
City
other?
Comic Con. No.
Oh.
Emerald City Comic Con.
I see. I'm not up on all the nerd stuff.
Well, sounds like a personal problem. Let's see, what else? I played Cult of the Lamb, and I read Chainsaw Man, finally. Got around to it, finally.
I thought about reading Chainsaw Man, and
It's good.
I decided I was going to wait for the show to come out. So instead, I read the author's other manga, Fire Punch.
Oh, you didn't read Goodbye Eddie? Because that's legit.
I'm saving that for after Fire Punch,
Well, you should read it, because it's legit.
because it's short.
Well, 200-page one-shot is short, but
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. But Fire Punch is pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah. Does he punch with fire?
Well, he does.
Is this like a Falcon Punch, but with fire?
No, you see, the world is kind of like My Hero Academia, right?
Okay, so they got their quirks.
They got their quirks, and this guy,
They've got their Ferengi barkeepers, yeah.
he's got regenerative powers, and they're super fast, right?
Okay, so he's Wolverine.
So this is in the first chapter. Also, the world is freezing because of reasons.
Okay. Sure.
His village is starving. So what he does is every day
sucks.
he cuts off his arm a couple times, so everyone has food.
All right.
Isn't
Well,
that
I mean,
nice?
I guess that's one way to solve that problem.
And then the government show up
Yeah.
and is like, "Y'all's cannibals, check out my quirk. It's a flame that won't go out until you die."
It's called Murder All the Cannibals.
So he murders all the cannibals, except this guy's regenerative stuff is so fast he can't die. So he's always on fire.
Oh, well, lucky him. So he's the Human Torch, but the bad kind.
And now he's out for revenge.
There you go.
That's the setup.
Okay.
It's pretty bonkers. I'm not too far into it, but it's pretty good.
Well, there you go.
Did I read anything else? I don't think I read anything else. Have been watching my demon girl next door neighbor person. The demon girl next door with my wife.
Sure. Yeah.
It's silly.
No, that's good.
It's very silly. It holds up, especially for being a 4-coma adaptation. Other than that, I've been killing slimes for 300 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who hasn't?
And I maxed out my level.
It does happen if you kill enough slime. It takes 300 or 600 years as long as you kill enough slimes. Whoops, well, I've learned.
So is this show just One Punch Man, but with witches and
my
lollies?
That was my joke.
And I stole it.
You stole it.
100%.
You ought not do that.
I did
That's
it.
rude.
It's on the record.
But it is just One Punch Man, but with a witch. Yeah. It's chill One Punch Man.
It is an isekai, though. And you hate isekais.
It's one of those in-name only isekais. Which, I don't know if it makes me like it more or less when it's an in-name only isekai. Because it's like, then why bother? I guess you need the pretense of them being immortal for some reason.
I think it's more the pretense of she just wants to have a quiet life and used to didn't have one.
Yeah.
Which I guess you could do
Also
with a
true.
medieval setting, but
Yeah.
then she wouldn't be discovering stuff all the time.
I suppose not.
So the setup here is there's an office lady who at, 22 or something?
27.
27. Dies from overworking
Mm-hmm.
and is reincarnated by a questionable goddess
Mm-hmm.
into a new life where she's immortal and perpetually 17.
Ish.
And then she gets a harem. Sorry, family. She gets a family.
She gets a family. Look, this is in the genre of shows of, hey, Japan, have big families, please.
Lots of families.
How about you just have a big family?
Big
How about you have a
family,
big,
lots of
wholesome
friends.
family?
Society
Lots
is
of friends,
great.
lots of families. Society's better when you have a big family. So why don't you have a family? Maybe kids. Maybe a couple kids.
Everyone likes kids. Even
Everybody
demons
likes
like kids.
Look at all these kids.
Oh, man.
If your kids were slime.
Aren't they cute?
Even slime kids are good.
Look how cute they are. So what'd you think of it?
I mean, it is 12 episodes of fluff.
It is 100% fluff and nothing but.
It is nothing.
Would you go so far as saying it's forgettable?
No, but it's just fluff. It's cute, though.
Is it fluff?
Pretty cute.
Are slimes fluffy? Or are they smudgy?
I think they're more like a flan. They're
Come to think of it, there were several flans in the show, and no one commented on that. Because isn't that just slimes, but as a dessert?
I mean, it depends on your game. Like Final Fantasy doesn't have slimes; it has flans. Very different.
That's true.
Most games are slimes, not flans. Flans are kind of a Final Fantasy thing.
Or Dragon Quest.
No, Dragon Quest definitely has slimes.
Lots of slimes. I think
like extremely slimes. Like that shows your utter ignorance if you didn't realize that is slimes.
Show was
toe to tip slimes.
Somewhat Dragon Quest, except a witch.
Yeah. This is more Dragon Quest type fantasy world.
I would recommend watching this show if you have nothing else to watch.
If you have nothing else to watch and you want a chill, cute time. If there's like 2 episodes that like have something close to stakes.
I mean, there was one episode where they did have stakes.
That's true. There's several episodes where they have stakes, but like only a couple episodes where they have stakes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I couldn't even name them off the top of my head.
The episodes with stakes?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Well, there's the one with the dragons. And okay, there's 3, I guess. There's the one with the dragon war. There's the one where the very dumb elf almost gets executed. And then there is the one where her daughter turns into a slime for forever, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I guess that was stakes.
They fixed it off screen in true Akebi's fashion. that problem was solved off screen.
That's pretty good. Well, I guess we'll go into good old spoiler land.
Well, I already spoiled it. She turns back. And one of her daughters is a slime.
Problems actually resolve themselves in this wholesome show.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Problems. Big air quotes.
Nothing bad happens in this show at all.
No.
Except maybe the goddess is weird.
Well, the demon king has some problems.
She is a problem.
The problem's mostly being she horned. Everyone her horns, really, actually.
You're not wrong.
Everyone her horn.
So I guess we'll just go through characters, because what else are you going to do?
I mean, that's the plot, is she collects these characters, like some sort of, I don't know, it's like Pokemon.
It's a gotcha game.
You gotta catch all these fantasy tropes. She doesn't get an orc wife yet, but I'm sure that will happen.
Get all the moe blobs.
Demon wife, it's pretty close. Yeah.
So we start off with, what was her name before? Azusa Aizawa.
Yeah.
Is her name.
It was Azusa. She's flipped her names around.
Yes. In this new life, she's a brand new person, and therefore she flipped her names. Woo! And became the Witch of the Highlands.
Yeah.
Now the goddess is a little sus, who brings her back.
Yeah.
Because she's like, what do you wish for? Oh, immortality would be great. Cool, you got it. Yeah. And also, I like girls. And also, I'm going to make you a 17-year-old perpetually because I like it.
I like girls.
I'm gonna keep my eye on you. A little weird.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a little odd, but all right, yeah.
And she sends her on her way to become the Witch of the Highlands.
More or less.
She's beleaguered by everything.
Yeah.
She doesn't really want to be the strongest, but she accidentally is strongest.
She accidentally is strongest because, like, she found a good way to make money is to kill slimes. So every day she would kill, like, 25 slimes. Repeat that for 300 years. Hold on. Let me get out the old calculator.
Don't forget
25
that she had the bonus.
No, I know. It's 25 times 365. So that's 9,000 slimes a year. Multiplied over 300 years, that's 2,737,500 slimes. A lot of slimes.
And it was.
And you multiply that by 4 experience per slime, because she has a bonus where she doubles her experience from slime killing.
Yeah.
She has basically 11 million XP.
So now she's maxed out her level.
She maxed out her level by accident. And
her only crime there was being lazy. Like, I'm going to go out and do just enough to get by.
Yeah, it was like 25 slimes. And then the moral of most episodes is, hey, take it easy. Don't work yourself to death, Japan, and have a big family. Have a big family and, take it kind of easy.
Although I will point out that there's no male breadwinner in the house. So maybe it's just, hey, keep your dude working and have a big family. Maybe that's, Maybe. Could be.
I don't know. She works. She works killing those slimes, and she has a little farm. She has a little sustainable farm. Really, this show's all about sustainability and a green lifestyle.
This is propaganda.
Yeah, well, she's got a Volt in the garage. She charges up.
Okay.
Very green. Actually, I guess it's red tech, because usually she's flying around on that dragon.
Actually, speaking of flying around, she didn't have broom.
Yeah. No, she doesn't. So that's Mark 1 against a witch. But she has a very big hat. So that's +2 witch. And when you have +2 witch, -1 witch, that comes out to 1 witch. So that's pretty good. That's pretty all right.
It is a comically large hat.
It is a very big hat. It's very good. And as per the rules, small chest. That's how it works. You distract from the small witch chest by having a large witch hat.
Well, it depends what the scene is, because sometimes her chest size changes to suit the needs. I suppose. It's only when Elf is around where...
I mean, that's fair.
Friggin' Elf.
That it becomes a little smaller. It's mostly... I cannot tell if Alpha is the best or the worst.
Yes, simultaneously. Let's see, we'll get to her. The first harem participant that she picks up is Laika, who's a red dragon.
She broke her house. She broke Azusa's house, and now is going to be her student.
Well, she wanted to beat up Azusa because she couldn't stand that somebody might be stronger than a red dragon.
Well, it's all right. She gets one punned.
Well, she gets brain froze is what she gets.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is kind of funny.
One punned, basically.
And then she changes from a dragon to a moe blob and comes to rebuild the house and stay a while. Yeah. And she also wants to work real hard. And Azusa's first lesson to her is... How about not?
don't do that.
Hey, if you ever think to yourself, man, this is hard, look, just don't do that.
Just don't. Here's how I became strong. I chillaxed.
For 300 years.
I did just enough to get by. And look, the dragon's almost 300 years old. If the dragon had just been like, you know what? Screw it. She would be as strong too. Also, I don't think monsters can gain levels, so...
I'm going to do the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Can monsters not gain levels?
I don't know. I don't know how this world works, but I would assume monsters don't gain levels. I think monsters are as strong as they're going to be. It's like WoW rules, man.
So she just scales with Azusa now? Okay, I'll go with that. Next we get Falfa and Shalsha, her 2 daughters, who introduced themselves as Azusa's 2 daughters, which is confusing for everybody.
Yeah, because she's like, no, that's never happened.
But it turns out that they're actually the amalgamated spirits of millions of slimes. That is
hold on. Now, I figured this up because they are 50 years old, right? That's what they say. They say they're 50 years old. Okay, so let's take a look. I did some math, and I can redo the math. So it's 25 times 365. 65. No, stop it. No, calculator. No. My calculator is being a problem. Okay, so that's 25 times 365. It's 9,125 times 50. So that means if you also would like a slime daughter, you just need to kill about 500,000 slimes.
Now, was that times 50 or times 250?
Are they 250 years older?
No, they're 50 years old, but she started killing slimes 300 years ago.
Oh, that's true. I did that backwards. So we're going to divide that by 50 and multiply by 250. Okay, you have to kill 2.3 million slimes, and you two can have 2 slime daughters. That's 1 million slimes per slime daughter.
Well, there you go. Out. Now you know. This is the service that we provide our audience.
If you want slime girls, just find regular slimes. Okay, it's easy to find. And kill 1 million of them. That'll get you 1 slime daughter.
And it might be the nice one, or it might be the one that is set on killing you.
Wants to kill you. That's all right. They solved that too.
I like how they solved that one, though.
I mean, you saw it coming from a mile away, but yeah.
Because Shalsha put all of her energy into this smite spell which it gets more and more powerful the more and more precise it is. So she puts all of her energy into the smite against the Witch of the Highlands.
Yeah.
And then Leica comes over and bops her on the head and knocks her out.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
And it takes so long to recharge that.
Like decades.
She's out for the rest of it. But then she's just like, oh, actually, Mom's cool. So there you go.
We have a mom now.
Also, she really only killed bad slimes because the lighter the slime's color, the more evil it is. Though I guess that doesn't make any sense because when one of her daughters turns into a slime, it's a very light blue, so secretly evil.
Potentially, that would make life more interesting.
Wouldn't it? But we're not going to do that because that sounds like it could be too interesting.
She's playing the long game.
Oh, I see.
For season 2. You know, there's another season coming out, right?
Is there? Good. I'll watch it.
There's another season coming out. Don't know when, but it was announced back in January.
Oh, good for it.
Next, we have the elf.
Well, I guess we should talk about how her daughters are. They read they like media that's not age appropriate. Let me put it that way.
What are you talking about? They're 50 years old, so they enjoy reading deep historical texts and other tomes on philosophy and ethics.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I guess when you're 50, I guess that makes more sense.
Yeah,
I guess it's age appropriate.
It's perfectly fine. And besides, there's slimes who definitely didn't spend the entire time out in the wilderness just training and not reading. How did they learn to read?
Well, I mean, they're like intelligent slimes. They're like the smart slimes.
Are there books out in the wild?
In Teleslime. Intellislime. He comes later. Or she. Are all slimes girls? You know, probably.
I'm pretty sure everybody in this show that is not a background character is in fact female.
Girl. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Next we have our elf, Hakara.
Yeah. She's an idiot.
Is she?
Like, yeah. What's her name? You know what's her name from Tenchi Muyo? You know the
Which one? Ayaka?
No.
Ryoko?
Not the
Mihoshi?
OTP. Not the OTP. That's the one. Got it in one. Right? No? Is that right?
Mahoshi's
the space cop. Yeah. Make that an elf. Who has an energy drink company. Man, there you go.
I will take issue with your analogy.
Oh?
Because Mihoshi is accidentally good at everything. She trips into solutions. Haruka is terrible at everything except
business. Except business, yeah.
She is very good at business.
She's extremely good at business.
So
she can do the business.
In today's society, she is a amazing success.
Yeah.
Although I will point out that she works incredibly hard, and Azusa never tells her not to.
Man, she's living her own life.
I guess. Maybe it's because she's jealous of certain assets.
Or, yeah, I mean, that's probably part of it. I think probably the other thing is just like, you know, the rest of her life is lived so chill that the work doesn't really seem to get to her. She's too dumb to work hard. Let me put it that way. She just works until she's like, okay,
I got
done.
It. She works just enough to get the mushrooms and find the mushrooms and bring them to supper.
And then be wrong about the mushrooms.
No. The mushrooms that she picked were not poisonous. But you didn't ask about the ones that she grew in her room.
That's true. That's really the fault lies with me.
That's completely
therein lies the fault. That is my fault. For not.
She also almost starts an international incident by trying to assassinate the Demon King.
Happens to the best of us, mostly by being an idiot. She also almost does some very illicit things with Azusa.
Oh yes, I forgot about the aphrodisiac mushroom.
I mean, you gotta watch out for those.
This show does have some lewdish moments,
but never too bad.
Never too bad.
Like, one of my favorite things about it is that it's got those the sound effects that are just like voiced comic book automatopoeias.
Oh yeah,
always in such a cutesy voice, and always for assets.
Let's see, Beelzebub, Lord of Flies.
Yeah.
She's initially after Hakara because Hakara thinks that she accidentally killed the Demon King or made her sick or something.
Yeah, or something.
Something. She thinks she's in mortal danger. She's not actually.
She's not. They just want her to make more of her energy drink for the demons because the demons like the energy drink.
Yeah.
Really, they're monsters, so they love monsters.
Actually, let's back up a second.
Yeah. All right, let's back up.
if you recall, the energy drink in question, which has a name and I forget it, but it's alcoholic and energy. So essentially, she invented Four Loko.
I suppose that's not incorrect. I imagine it's alcoholic only in the same way that like homemade root beer is alcoholic, in which it is naturally carbonated, and anything that's naturally carbonated is alcoholic technically.
No one
that's my guess.
No one this
because no one like drinks it to the point where they can get drunk. So
well, no, they got to hit the Balmer curve. See, once you're at the peak of the Balmer curve, you're at peak efficiency.
Look, are you telling me that this elf, notorious lush that she is, would not be getting drunk off of her own drink if she could?
How do you know she's not all the time? That would explain so much.
Good point. That would explain a lot. Not wrong.
Anyway, Beelzebub's after her, supposedly, and she also becomes a permanent guest, and well, not really a permanent guest, a permanent summoned guest.
Hangers on. She is a frequent bath taker in the household.
I do like that running joke and how it evolves.
Yeah.
Every time that they want to get Beelzebub, Azusa can make a summoning circle and summon her. And it's outside, far away from the house. But every time she does it, Beelzebub ends up in the bath.
She pronounces the word just incorrectly. It must be her accent.
What, is she from Okinawa or something?
I have no idea. I just said that in a general sense, not a she has a funny accent, because
I think you did. Now,
kind of sense.
Now I think you need to back that up.
No, I think this is more of a the Evil Dead type situation.
Okay.
Right.
Beelzebub also has, I wouldn't say proclivities, but she does have strong desires, and that is to have Azusa's daughters as her own.
Yes. She does think that they are extremely adorable. I like her little fly wings. I think those are kind of cute.
They don't use them enough. They use them like twice.
Oh. Yeah.
Only when she's fighting.
And I was a big fan of the fake out the first time she shows up, and you think that she's going to have a big fight with Azusa because she's going to be like, oh, yeah, I got to prove that I am the strongest. And she just flies up and bug zaps herself.
You forgot about the barrier we put up at the start of the episode.
And she just gets bug zapped.
That is a good joke, though. It's a long setup for a good joke.
Yeah.
I appreciate the time put into that one.
It's no time paradox, but what is?
Fair enough. Then we have Flatorte. Is that how you pronounce it?
Sure. We'll go with that.
Blue Dragon.
It's the Blue Dragon.
Yeah.
Well, did they get Blue Dragon next? Next, they fight Blue Dragon, but they don't get Blue Dragon until after they get the ghost, so.
That's true. But they fight Blue Dragon first.
They do fight Blue Dragon.
Because Blue Dragon, who does not have white eyes.
Yeah. Blast. Should have. No, that's...
White eyes Blue Dragon instead of Blue eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, I see. But I don't think that's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
It should be. Anyway, she crashes a wedding because red dragons and blue dragons are mortal enemies.
As per the usual. Though, really, like, come on. It's usually, like, red dragons and gold dragons. Because, you know, the metallics are always the good dragons. And the chromatics are always the evil dragons. So, really, these are both evil dragons. Because red dragons and blue dragons are both chromatic dragons. So... Which they might still fight and be enemies, but, you know, in the grand scheme of things, because they're all evil.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Foes because they're like silver. They're not like metallic dragons or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought. Something about dragons and...
Yeah, like his sister was going to get married, and somebody was mad that they didn't have a boyfriend, and they came and crashed it. And then Azusa just, you know, gets mad that the wedding got crashed, and... her daughters were in threat and decides to just, like, flick the foreheads of every blue dragon until they die.
Yeah. So she stops a nice war.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
Forces concessions out of the blue dragons.
Because they wanted to have a fight. Good old fight. Good old World War I. Both dragons.
Yeah.
Then they get a ghost.
And then they do get a ghost. They get a ghost.
I liked Rosalie.
I like Rosalie a lot, too. I like how she has to possess somebody that is, you know, extremely gullible, very easily manipulated, and overall vapid. So she, of course, possesses the elf
to great success.
Yeah,
too much success.
Almost too much success. Hard
She's
to get her out.
I want to leave now, and I can't.
Yeah,
we're too much in tune with how dumb she is.
I also love that in order to get the oh, no, they actually got the ghost before they went to the dragon wedding, didn't they?
No,
she has to invent a brand new spell just to change her outfit.
No, that was for the award ceremony.
Oh, it's for the ceremony for having stopped the war. Yeah. You're right. I'm a fan that you have to invent brand new spells for. Please have my ghost sister, I guess, change clothes.
More like gang member.
I suppose.
Because that's the part I like about Rosalie is when she's introduced, she's extremely mean and rude. And it turns out that she used to be a prim and proper, medieval French girl.
Yeah.
But she's been dead for 200 years or whatever, which has turned her from that into a delinquent.
Yeah. And they just kind of sick of all this.
Yeah. So she keeps calling Azusa Aniki, as in boss.
Yep.
So she looks to her as like the mob boss, gang boss, the boncho with the big hat.
She does have a big hat.
Rosalie also has a hat, come to think of it.
Yeah, she's got a cute little hat.
Little big hat.
I like her hair. I wish she didn't wear the hat so much.
Well, she died with it. She can't really help it.
I mean, it's true.
We don't know how long Azusa's spell lasts or how they reverse it.
I think they just do it again.
I think they just do it off screen because that solves lots of problems.
Off screen solves so many problems.
Yeah. We got the Demon King, who Azusa doesn't really acquire, or she is acquired.
Kind of. Yeah, more or less. She beats up the Demon Queen, and all the Demon Queen really wants is to, she wants, the cool type to dominate her. And when Azusa accidentally Karedons her, she's like, oh, goodness. This is all I want in life.
She is at the very top of her social order. No one can challenge her, and she needs a little bit of release.
Very top, you say?
Very top, and she would rather not be the top.
Yeah, that's true. She doesn't want to be top.
No.
In fact, she does not.
She wants to be told what to do.
Yeah.
And she wants to touch things that she shouldn't be touching.
Also true. She needs to keep her purity level high.
And yet she also doesn't really want to bathe naked with other people.
No. It's kind of cute. She's enigma. She's made of paradoxes.
She's definitely not a lolly.
No.
She's 100% a lolly.
Yeah, it's a little gross.
I do like Perkoa's, the Demon King's, two assistants.
Yes, the Leviathans.
Yes.
Are they her assistants or are they Beelzebub's assistants?
They're her assistants that Beelzebub gets loans a couple times. Yeah. I think. That's the impression I got. Unless it says, oh, it is Beelzebub's.
Yeah, see, I thought so.
Yeah, it's Beelzebub's secretary.
Assistants. Yeah, but but the one time the Demon King procures them is the time that the show turns into Tower of God for 5 minutes.
Which was a better Tower of God than Tower of God.
Did you know it's starting a second season? Which is dude, there is so much beyond where you stop first season. If you're in for a penny, you're in for a freaking pound.
Actually announced
season 2.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So how deep are you gonna go, dude?
To the train.
I mean, that's gonna be the next arc. It's gonna be all the train, which is so long, so long.
I think I got at up least to the comic train.
Finally. Yeah, the thing finally got off hiatus. So, well, no, because they do the weird hotel arc, and then they do the train arc that takes 1,000 million years, and then you do 1,200 time skips and whatever, and now it's finally off hiatus, and I have no idea what's even going on, so I'm not even going to restart it. So, because I don't think the person doing it is just they're just going to go. I think forever. That comic is a bit of a mess.
It prints money.
Pretty anime though.
What were we talking about? Flying whales? Yeah,
flying whales.
They're big flying whales with castles on their back.
Yep.
And I like the fact that one of them doesn't really take their job as seriously as she should, and ends up causing an earthquake while they're flying because she remembered a joke once.
Happens to the best of us.
They do go up that tower, the big old tree, which has turned into a tourist trap. I
like the tree because, one, they pull a thing where it's very hard and arduous to get up there, and then oops.
Actually,
There's a much easier way to do this. So I'm a fan of that trope.
They do it twice. First, it's there's elevators actually.
Yeah.
Then she gets to the top and is like, "Here's the medicine you want." Actually, she delivers it. The girl over there on the wyvern.
that you already knew that can take wyverns just up to the top because you can just rent those and come up here.
Why didn't you take one?
Well, because the Demon King's a jerk. Though that is the episode where she turns into a very cute mini version of herself by eating the gnome making mushroom.
Yes.
And I like mini witch.
She's
very cute.
There's a couple other characters I don't really remember very well.
Yeah.
There's the other witch.
Blue dragon.
There's the bunny girl.
I did like the bunny girl.
I didn't like that episode. That was my least favorite.
I thought it was okay.
I don't like musical shows unless they got zombies in them.
It does just turn into an idol show there for one.
Although, to be fair to that episode, I did like at the first half where they asked everybody in the house to come up with their own lyrics.
Oh, that was very cute.
It was very good. And then the ghost made everybody very sad.
Yep. And then she's like, no, I'm not like that anymore, guys. No, it's fine.
Don't worry about it. And the fact that the bunny girl is into death metal. I like that.
Yeah.
I just don't like the whole, hey, we're going to do a concert. It's all feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it is what it is.
That's really it. There's some other characters that will show up later, I guess.
Look, there is one big thing.
Yeah.
And it is, the idea that the show got way too intense near the end. Like it just got so drama heavy and just so the stakes just got so high, what with daughters turning into slimes and stuff. Mm-hmm. They have to super chill it down by having the last episode be a coffee shop AU for its own show. But you know what? It's all right because they're all cute in those little aprony outfits.
It makes sense. Also, how everybody in town gushes over each girl's individual personality.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Speaking of maid personas, how about that maid cafe where they insult you?
A+. A+ would go
very
there.
Good gags.
We should have had more of that. We need more of that.
Yeah. When were they doing? Oh, that's when they were looking for the fake. They were looking for the fake Witch of the West or whatever.
I remember watching the show way back when, and I could have sworn that Leica actually took a job there, but that was not to be.
No. Been a good joke though.
Also, I'm kind of disappointed they didn't tell us what the take at the end of the day in the coffee shop was. That's
true.
How much money are they actually sitting on?
How many slimes could they have actually saved by just opening up a coffee shop?
She's a monster. She could open a coffee shop, or she could continue the slime genocide. Slimeicide.
Here it is again. Capitalism wins again. Capitalism saves lives in this show. That's all I have to say.
Genocide.
First, we had an anime that was... Then we had Ayn Rand as a dating sim.
That's true.
If you just go after your own personal gain, everything works out for the better, right? And now we have this very capitalist show where it's just like, hey, don't work too hard.
Is that capitalist? Also, I don't think that's capitalist.
That's not capitalist. But also, if you want to stop people murdering each other, just trade.
When you trade, you prosper.
That's what I heard.
If I learned nothing else from high school history, and Mr. Tatum,
trade, you prosper.
If you trade, you prosper.
You prosper. True facts.
Just trade more. Come on.
Just trade.
But quit breaking up dragon weddings and sell each other stuff.
Trade. Yeah, just sell each other stuff. You have hot springs. They probably have ice. Do a little swapperoo. You got chilled down those little onsen milks somehow. Trade with the ice. That's true.
Otherwise, you can get screamed properly.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I wish I felt that refreshed. Wouldn't that be something? Drink a beer.
You just don't take hot enough. You just don't take hot enough baths. That's your problem.
Apparently.
Do you even bathe, bro?
I shower.
Bro, do you even bathe? It's not the same.
I don't have a big bathtub.
Take a shower first, and then you go to the bathtub, and you get it 1,000 million degrees, and then you just melt while listening to an audiobook. A+ plan.
Well, next time I live in Japan, or actually have a decent sized house.
La-di-da.
In this capitalist market.
Yeah, see, there you go.
See?
I'll open up a coffee shop, then you'll be rolling in it. As long as you're a witch. Are you a cute witch with a giant hat?
Let me see. I'm a fat old man, and I ain't got no hat.
Well, you're
Story of my life right there.
Yeah. Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
La-di-da.
Well, that was a lot of fluff. What do you want to watch next time?
More fluff?
Is it more fluff?
Is it?
We decided.
Is it insane flush?
Probably against better judgment because another season's coming out. To watch Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt.
Well, there's that season 2 that we were never going to get, and then it happened. So
it wasn't supposed to ever happen, and now it's happening.
Now it's happening.
Just be aware, whoever actually listens to our show.
Yeah.
It is not for kids. It is not a kid's show. Don't let your children watch it. No.
Really?
Do you like lewd jokes?
With a name like Panty, Stocking, and Garter Belt, I mean, it does look like Powerpuff Girls.
It does, on purpose. And there's the thunder letting you know for sure.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
You get rain?
I'm getting rain. It's been raining this whole time. It's the souls of the slimes crying out.
Oh, yeah.
It's suddenly silenced. Anyway, Garter Belts will be...
Belts will be stockinged.
Actually, Garter Belt's probably the only sane person in the show.
Is that the blue hair or the yellow hair?
Penny is blonde hair. Stocking is purple hair. Garter Belt is the priest guy.
Oh. Well, there you go. I didn't know there was a priest guy.
There is a priest guy. He has an afro.
Well, stands to reason.
It's something. It is it is anime at its finest.
Yeah. Is it? It's a very American show from what I remember.
Yeah. Well, you have to watch to find out.
Yeah. There you go. Maybe next time, if the new season isn't done, maybe we should watch the OG Trigun before the new G Trigun.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the new Trigun coming out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have very mixed feelings about it.
I don't know. I'll mix your feelings.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye forever.